All right, attorney Mark Stiles is with us. One of the things that we talk about, and we've been talking a lot about it because it's been so busy, is the real estate market. Russ, you certainly probably have seen or heard the stories about people that are selling right now. The houses are getting scooped right up. People are trying to buy a home. It's been difficult at times. So what can people who are trying to buy a home in this frenzied market do to make their offer stand out? I want to really get this house. Is there any do you have any tips or inside knowledge there, Mark, that you can help us out with?
Yeah, and then the real kitschy answer is pay cash, right? So that's what a lot of people are doing right now, and it's such an imbalance right now. We've talked about this a bunch, and there's just not a lot of inventory out there, and there's a lot of demand. A lot of people want to come to certain areas. We were just talking about that, and they want to come to certain, areas that don't have a lot of people that want to leave those areas. So it's been really challenging for buyers. But one of the things that I want to debunk is a lot of buyers think that maybe if they go straight to the listing agent will see that as a bigger commission for them personally and will accept their offer over somebody who brings in a buyer's agent. And this couldn't be further from the truth. Right now, the listing agents are really This is the cream of the crop. They have the listings because they've been in for a while. They have really solid relationships, and they do a really good job. They're not a scarce-minded group of people. So to have a buyer's agent advocate for you would be the first thing I would recommend. Have the buyer's agent that has a relationship and understands the market help advocate to create a more positive look on your offer. Also, have a loan professional. So this is really important for the first-time home buyers and maybe the millennial buyers who think, they can get those great rates and save some costs by getting on the interweb and turning it on and booting it up and searching the Google, right? But right now it is so important to have a regional loan professional by your side that has a reputation that can call that listing agent and tell them about you and how smooth it's going to be and how their right of closing and how they can get it done and advocate. And same with an attorney. Right now, most folks don't use attorneys at this stage, and it's a legally binding contract. The offer stage, when you're submitting that bid right now, it's a bid because you're up against many other people. It's still a legally binding contract once they accept that. So the language in there is really important to have correct. And there's a sense of urgency right now. So the sellers, you can feel it. What if this happens? What if that happens? Well, we got to pick the right one. And if we still have time, Rob, I'd love to talk about the whole concept of the appraisals, or we could save that for next week if I know we talked a lot about the IM Institute, and I don't want to take up the time and Russ's time in this unbelievable morning show.
Oh,
but we could talk about what to do with the appraisals if.
Yeah, we have about 30. We have about 30 seconds. So I don't know if that's enough time, or do you want to?
So what we want to do is we want to encourage people to answer questions before they're asked. The seller's going to wonder, okay, if you're going to bid more for my house than I'm even asking for, what happens if the appraisal doesn't come in? If the appraisal doesn't come in, what are you going to do if your lender is unwilling to lend the money above that amount? Do you have it? We're calling this appraisal gap coverage. Prove to the seller that you understand clearly and transparently that if you pay an offer to pay more than what the appraised value is, you have those funds in your account and you're willing to use those funds. You're knowingly going to need to use those funds. Answer the questions that the sellers might have and go to their terms. Do they need more time? Right? This is a seller's market. What do you need? That's the buyer advocate, right? The buyer broker is going to reach out. What do they need? Do they have a place to go? Do they need more time? Do they need a fast closing? You need advocates. You need professionals. You need a team. It's the teamwork that makes the dream work.
That's Mark Stiles.
At the end of the day, Rob, don't get discouraged. There's going to be more inventory. It's just a matter of time. The sellers are going to wake up and say it's time to go, put their house on the market, and there'll be more. Don't get discouraged, but be ready. Be proactive. Get that lender ready to go.
Mark Stiles, stiles-law.com. He's on Route 139. And Mark, what's a good way to get a hold of you?
The best way is through our main office number at 781-319-1900, or you can connect with me on a strategy call at calendly.com/mstiles, and we'll talk strategy and make sure that the right team is working with you to have the best chance of success.
Stiles Law. Mark Stiles is with us for a Feel Good Friday, every Friday at this time on WATD.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you all. Bye now.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
weekend.
Bye, Mark.